Hi, I'm Randall. I didn't always know how to wear clothes, or wear them appropriately, or push them to the limit as I struggled with my weight, but I always had a certain je ne sais quoi. And look at me now! Whether it's home decor, entertaining, or fashion, I'm here to help others find their inner Randall. But as perfect as I am, I have lots to learn and strive to step outside my Louboutins. So join me on my fabulous adventures as I help others and learn something on the way. This is Randall to the Rescue. Oh, hello. Welcome to Randall to the Rescue. As a fabulista, I get so many requests from you people asking for help. For example, today, I received a letter from a magician. You lost me at magician. And I received one from a ghost hunter wanting to dress in period costume. I can't see that materializing. But I did receive this letter. Listen. Dear Randall, my husband and I moved to Edmonton in 2014 from Pennsylvania so that I could take over the ministry of the Rio Terrace Moravian Church, a gay minister. We have enjoyed living here and had many life changes, most significantly adopting a child. Oh my goodness, a gay minister from the States with a child. I found that with the additional responsibilities, I have ignored myself, something I've never done. I'm struggling to look fabulous, most people do, with my present body type, and I am lost when it comes to identifying flattering clothes, hair, etc., and it impacts my self-esteem. What I need is the fabulista touch, and I'm hoping you can help me. I do enjoy your joyous personality. I am joyous. And would love to challenge you to speak in my church on the third Sunday of Advent, which is joy. Sincerely, Pastor James. Oh, Pastor James, you have completely enticed me, and I'm going to tap into my previous religious life from my crazy parents. This sounds amazing. So you know what it is? Randall away.
Randall to the rescue. Oh, yeah. Randall to the rescue. Oh, Randall to the rescue.
Ta-da! Okay, so here I am at the Moravian Church. So I have to do a talk today in front of a congregation. I've been on church stages before and behind a pulpit, but I've never ever done a talk, which absolutely terrifies me. Anyway, but I figure I have my robe of safety on, liturgical or clerical or something, and my childhood Bible. Look how well worn it is. Anyway, I'm hoping I do okay, and maybe God will help me. Hi, James.
You got my letter.
I did get your
Thanks
letter.
for coming.
Well, this is going to be interesting. I have never done a talk in church before. I've been behind a pulpit singing, but never a talk. So this is going to be very foreign to me.
Well, you bring joy to everything that you do.
Well, thank God, because I'm going to be talking on joy, and I brought my childhood Bible. Look at this thing is well loved and well
I love
used.
it.
But you know what? I don't know much about them. Well, I don't know really much about the Moravian Church, and I would like to also hear about your journey and maybe see if our journeys are similar. Why don't we go to the sanctuary?
Please, yes.
Awesome. Do you like my robe?
Oh, it's a very smashing robe.
Do we wear robes?
We don't wear robes here.
Don't wear
No.
robes? There's no
You just have
outfit?
to bring yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, that I could do.
Let's sit right here.
Oh, awesome. Oh, right by the joy.
Oh, good eye.
Good eye. I'm going to get rid of this, seeing as we don't wear costumes. I'm sort of disappointed there's not like pastoral ensembles.
It's the pageantry in your heart.
I'm literally going to steal that. Okay. Literally. Okay, I'll put this down. So tell me a bit about the Moravian Church. So I grew up Alliance, was raised Alliance, and so I'm curious, what is the belief system of the Moravian Church?
Well, the Moravian Church is a community-oriented church. We've been around for several centuries. We're folks who are originally from Central Europe, Czech Republic and Germany. but today there are Moravians around the world, and the thing that brings us together is that we value relationship and community. We have a motto that goes in all things love. And so our goal is to find ways to better love each other, our neighborhoods, and the world that we live in.
So the Lion Church has a very specific code on how you get to heaven or way. Does the Moravian Church follow that, or what is the belief system around that?
No, I think in the Moravian Church, there's a strong sense of personal discernment. So it's about your own spiritual life and cultivating it with others, but really about finding peace and fulfillment here in this life and in.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's more about spirituality than it is about the ultimate goal of getting to heaven type thing, which is the whole focus of.
Right.
The
Moravians are known by having good relationships rather than right beliefs.
Oh, I love that. So I was raised very legalistic, which means there was a set of rules of Christians don't do this, Christians don't do this, Christians don't, and it was very exhausting. Now, no surprise to anybody, I'm a gay man, you're a gay man. Being gay in an evangelical church was not acceptable. So what's the Moravian church's belief system around being gay?
Well, starting in the 1970s, well, even further back in the 1700s, the Moravian Church made moves to ordain women. So we were ordaining women clergy even in the 1700s. And then in the 1970s, there was a big movement afoot to affirm LGBTI people as full members of the church and should be able to serve in leadership and providing spiritual wisdom. And over the past couple of decades, there have been some ebbs and flows, but today the Moravian Church is fully open and affirming to people of all kinds of backgrounds. Wow. And because again, our value is on having a good relationship rather than necessarily subscribing to a certain belief.
And so, how do you view passages in the Bible that speak to that then? So I personally believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God, which means that God didn't literally pen it. So the only way it could be the literal word of God is if he penned it. As it's the inspired word of God, it means it was filtered through people's prejudices, agendas, time frame, like when they lived, all those sorts of things. And so I view the Bible as a guide, a great guide. Now, we're to learn from the parables to help us live through life, but I personally don't believe it's to be taken literally. So how's the Moravian Church view the Bible?
Yeah, I think we're on the same page there.
Okay.
I think that the scriptures were written by people. It's wonderful wisdom that individuals and in their communities discerned over time. It's wisdom that they wanted to share, but it's important to be viewed in context.
Right.
And so we in the 21st century can't be in the direct context of, for example, the authors of the book of Leviticus experienced. That's simply not our experience.
Right.
And I think it's important that we discern with the wisdom, but and to take it seriously, but not to let it become an idol in and of itself.
So I remember as a kid, I was obsessed with dinosaurs. And it was always a struggle with mom and dad because obviously we knew dinosaurs exist. I'm like, well, if God created the Garden of Eden and, blah, 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 where did the dinosaurs fit in? And they'd always be like, oh, look over there, because they had no explanation. And so there were so many, things that just didn't make sense. Like they truly believe, my father still believes the earth is only 4,000 years old. I'm like, okay, science kind of has proved that wrong, because it was 2,000 years before Christ was born, was Genesis, and then here we are in 2022, and I'm like, Dad, the math just doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah, science, and it's interesting how people can just really get buried in it, and I think sometimes they use the legalism as a crutch, or because they need that structure for their life.
Yeah. I think there are all kinds of different people in the world. There are all kinds of different kinds of people with different personality types. And we all have different ways of spirituality that resonate with us. And there are a lot of people who really need lots of structure.
Yeah.
And there are people who thrive when we're encouraged to color outside the lines. And that's my sense of spirituality.
So, it's the third week of Advent, and I'm going to be speaking on joy. As I said, I've never done a talk in church before. So, how about I go get started and you come by and see if I'm on the right track?
That sounds great.
Okay, let's go. So, I got down to work on my talk and have to admit that the daycare center table and chairs did not bring me joy. James had a few notes and I was good to go. Lord, please help me. Good morning, everybody. As James mentioned, my name is Randall McDonald and I am the son of a preacher man. In fact, my two older brothers are ministers as well. I've spent much time in church on a stage or behind a pulpit, but usually doing something musical and never giving a talk. Pastor James asked me to speak today as he said I was a joyous person. Now, I thought it was ironic, to be honest with you, as I've always said that I have a melancholy personality. So what does it mean to be joyous? The first thing that came to mind when I was asked to speak about joy was an old chorus I used to sing in Sunday school. Jesus and others in you, what a wonderful way to spell joy. I decided to see how the dictionary defined joy. It is the emotion evoked by well-being, success, or good fortune, or by the prospect of possessing what one desires. Delight. The expression or exhibition of emotion, gaiety, think pink candle, a state of happiness, bliss, and I love this, a source or cause of delight. Joy is the emotion that makes life worth living in the moment because it resonates with our core identity. It's associated with feelings of ease, appreciation, and peace. So how does the Bible define joy? It says that it's a feeling of good pleasure and happiness that is dependent on who Jesus is rather than who we are or what is happening around us. Joy comes from the Holy Spirit abiding in God's presence and from hope in His Word. I was raised in a very legalistic home and learned more about what Christians don't do than what they do. I wasn't allowed to watch most TV as it was dirty, but was allowed to watch old movies, etc. My hardcore upbringing was very isolating, and it was hard to make friends because of feeling so different for so many reasons, feeling insecure and not part of culture. When I grew up and moved out, I took to heart the teachings of Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, where he says, "Become all things to all people." I tried this for a long time and couldn't understand why people weren't drawn to me because I was doing what I was taught. After many years, I could no longer keep it up and decided to just be myself. It was at this moment when people were drawn to me and I realized that they sensed my inauthenticity before, which turned people away. As church people, were generally taught that Christians should never be depressed or experience negative emotions, and if you had any anger or negativity, there was something wrong with you, or you just didn't have enough faith. The idea can create a delusional perspective of life, cognitive dissonance, and or deep-seated depression and anxiety that can become almost impossible to deal with. Many of us need to look to the power we have within ourselves and learn to uncover it to bring peace, joy, and happiness. After I learned to be authentic, I had to learn how to be joyous. Now, learning to have joy may sound counterintuitive, but I actually believe that joy is a choice. You can be unhappy with life circumstances, but still find joy in people, events, etc. So I find my joy in making things beautiful, putting together lovely outfits, and planning events. I also find joy in helping others find their inner Randall. Now, there are many times when I don't feel like going out, but my alter ego Randall does. Someone asked me once what he is like, and I responded that he is carefree, flippant, always up for a good time, and funny. So when I don't feel like doing something or going out, I give myself permission to feel that way and let Randall go. However, 99% of the time when I come home, I find that I did find the joy in going out. I find joy in laughing with others and making jokes, joy in dressing up and finding that my style is inspiring to others and often opens doors, joy in discussing parties, plans, and travel. My desire to inspire brings me joy. Ironically, I was shopping this week to accessorize an outfit for a friend to help find his fabulous. I was pulling pattern ties to go with his floral shirt, and the clerk said, "Seeing you pull these great looks brings me joy." Joy is energy. Joy is something that can empower us, that can give us the ability to move forward when things are tough. You can feel joy even if you're experiencing sadness. Joy means that you open your heart to receive love. That is why joy should be one of your top core values. Part of joy is working towards being the best version of yourself, even if things aren't going your way. I talked about how I express joy. I want to encourage you to spend some time during this week of Advent, which is joy, on how to find and what brings you joy. We are all uniquely made, and as such, we find joy will be different, or how we find joy will be different. Make a choice to find your joy, and maybe joy isn't spelt Jesus, others, and you, but maybe just open you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful time.
So how did it go?
Oh, wonderful. You did so well.
Thank
and
you.
the congregation loved your speech. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, what I was happy about was they laughed at the right moments. That's always most important. But now that that's done, we need to take you to the salon, get you some new fancy look, and I have a surprise for you too.
Oh.
Okay, let's go.
I like surprises.
Me too. I was done and felt joyous relief, but now it was off to Chrome to bring some joy to James. I love a good salon. Come on in. Welcome to Chrome.
Hey, Randall. How are you? How you been?
Good to see you. Well, this is James.
Hi, James. Nice to
James,
meet
this
you.
is Will. He's your hairstylist for today. And I'm sure he's going to do something amazing for you.
Can't wait.
Let's go. This one? Go ahead.
Have a seat here. Awesome. How are you, James?
I'm great.
Good.
Okay.
So our goal is, we're helping James bring back his fabulous.
Okay.
Now he's also a minister, so it can't be anything too crazy. But that's what I'm kind of thinking. Short on the side. It's got great length, and it's a nice weight of hair.
Give him a little bit of a fade through here. And
Yeah.
just leave it heavier through
Yeah,
here
that's
and
what I'm
textured on
thinking.
top.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I have a great idea for you.
Oh, fabulous.
Cool. Let's get you washed up.
Awesome. That's cool. I've never noticed this in this sink.
Yeah,
So you don't fall into it.
that's right. So you can kind of...
That's totally what I would do. I would end up falling into the sink. There's no question. So, Will, how long have you been doing hair?
Oh my goodness. Probably about 29 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you originally from Edmonton?
Absolutely. Born and raised in Oliver. I've lived here my whole life. I even went to Oliver School.
Really?
From kindergarten to grade 5.
Oh, so you guys were rich.
I doubt we're rich. We're an immigrant family that had a little grocery store and
Oh, cool.
did the best we could.
Where did your family come from?
Lebanon, and I was born here, and my sisters were born there, and then we had a small store on Jasper Avenue for about 20 some years.
What kind of size grocery store?
A little grocery store was called the Red Rooster. Yeah, it was on 118th Street in Jasper Avenue. So
118th Street.
Yeah.
Jasper, I can't picture it.
Well-
I was thinking of the Happy Mart at first.
yeah, the Happy Mart was on 116th
16th,
Street
yeah.
with the Roadrunner Pizza.
Yeah.
Then it went Bumstead's, the Minute Car Wash, Safeway, and then the next building between Safeway and the Earl's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember what was there before Earl's.
Oh, cool. And where did you train in Edmonton for your hair?
I went to Marvell College.
Marvell.
And then I had some great experience with Schwarzkopf and Wella and Bumble and trained all over the world.
Wow,
and I had
amazing.
Lots of great times.
So I think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like in the industry, like people are like, some people specialize as colorists and some people specialize as just cutters. Is that true, or?
That can happen. I mean, you're originally trained at everything,
Yeah.
barbering, hairstyling, dressing, and that kind of thing. So in our salon, we're all master colorists, and we work very hard in specializing in one technique because we're a team salon. So basically, I'm the only one that does barbering services as well as short hair. And we have a gentleman that does extensions. We have another color specialist. We have a bob specialist, all those kinds of things.
Are you finding that? So I know that, women, for like when they would go out for the evening or weddings, and they'd get all the updos and all that stuff, and I felt like that fell out of favor for a while. Is it coming back?
I mean, it is. People are wanting to do a little bit more these days and have fun and look good, especially with coming back from COVID.
Right.
They want to do some fun things and they want to, look good and feel good. So it is coming back slowly but surely.
Well, you know what I think, and I actually think the New York Times did an article about this. It's just about after COVID, people are like, okay, I want to be that extra, and I'm going to wear 3 strands of pearls instead of 1, because I have them and I didn't get to wear them for 2 years, and so I'm just going to wear them now.
Absolutely. They're doing a lot of that. I think people are being a little bit extra, and I think
love
they
it.
should be.
I think that, and I've always felt that you should be that way. Anyway, I didn't need COVID, so COVID has just gave me permission
Right.
to be me. Gotta be me. I don't know if I can sing that or not. I probably can't. No. Okay, take that out.
How are you enjoying this so far?
Oh, it feels great.
You have lovely hair, James. It's that really nice texture that I don't have. Mine is coarse and curly, and
James, you have fantastic hair.
Thank you.
I have mother's angry hair. Her anger came out in her hair, and we were all blessed with it.
Okay. And we're just gonna go back to the chair there, mister. I'm just gonna get a couple of things.
Awesome. How you feeling? Excited?
Yeah.
Scared?
Yeah, curious.
Curious. I love that. That's better. Not scared as much as curious. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that.
I never know what to ask for when I'm getting a haircut. I feel like I often don't have much of a sense of what I want, and I don't know how to get answers out of the hairstylist.
Right. So do you look at magazines for inspiration, or where do you get your inspiration from? Don't know.
No, I'll go through the internet and I'll take some screenshots.
Okay.
But they're often very different images, right?
Well, and the part of the problem is, that's right. That's the thing. And so like I don't have, like I love those hairstyles with the hairline straight across. Well, I don't have that type of hair, so it just doesn't work for me. And I was really fortunate that I've had some really great stylists that I can consult with. And so it's really important, like, if you're going to be fabulous, have a fabulous hairstylist that you can work with and you consult with, and they know how your hair works, and they can tell you that's not going to work for your hair, but what we could do is do this or change that, and then it works for you. You end up with something amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a math. You take away what you can't do and you give what you want, but depending on the hair and the style and the person's attitude and personality, also the way you dress and those kinds of things, that all determines on what I'm going to do. Plus, I also want to give you something that you're confident in and
You can maintain.
and easily maintainable.
Yeah.
So that way, you have a great haircut that works for you every day until your next style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were born and raised in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
How did you end up in Canada?
Oh, well, the church that I'm serving needed a pastor, and my denomination asked if I'd like to come check it out. And so Tabor and I came up in 2014 and met with the congregation and explored the city a bit. And went out to the mountains, and we just fell in love with the place and the people.
Really, that's amazing. What's the shortest you've ever had your hair?
Oh, in university, I had it like shaved off.
Like brush cut?
Yeah, like clippered to the head.
Wow.
Like bald.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Why?
My mom was really disappointed in that one.
But why did you do it?
I don't know. I think someone suggested that I should do it, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It was a bold decision.
Okay.
Also, I was kind of, a poor university student. Paying to go get a haircut was a
big deal.
luxury, Yeah.
My dad used to cut my hair when I was a kid until I turned about, 14. I was like, no.
Like bowl cuts or what?
Just terrible. Yeah. And of course, long hair made you a long-haired hippie. And as they would say. And it also meant you weren't a good Christian because you had this long hair. However, what's ironic is that Jesus probably had long hair and wore a dress. So,
Yes.
again, it was all these crazy rules that Christians don't.
Yes.
All the things they do and don't do. It's so stupid.
It's all about conformity rather than
Yes.
self-expression.
So did you guys always think you would want to have kids or always want to have kids or?
Yeah, I think it's something that we always assumed would happen. But there gets to be a point where we have to be really intentional about making it.
Right. So it wasn't something you guys specifically talked about when you first started dating, like you want to have kids, you just kind of knew?
No, yeah. I think we both knew. We both always wanted to have kids individually, and then over the course of our relationship, we would casually bring it up in conversation, and then a few years ago, committed to
Adopting it.
Yeah, we adopted a child, and it was a wonderful and challenging process that we had a lot of support in doing.
Wow, amazing. Well, good for you. Well, I'm glad that worked out for you then.
And like I said, we're a team salon, so we specialize. Everybody has their own specialty, but everybody in the salon is certified with keratin.
Yeah.
And also they're master colorists.
So who's more demanding, men or women?
Again, so when you get to the level where I'm at, my clientele, my male clients are very, very demanding. They're very particular. They're on point. They're on point. I have
Don't do that.
I have a lot of
high maintenance men.
They're amazing men, and they're in the public. They're doctors, lawyers, judges, and they need to look good, and they want to look good, and that's why they come to me, and they take their time on their services.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Just gonna grab that water bottle.
So I'm so happy you're liking it because that makes it even better. That you're happy with it. And have you had this kind of style before?
A variation, I feel, like the sort of the fade.
Yeah, but not this fabulous.
No, this is making me feel good.
Next level.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I love it. I feel like it brings my face in.
Absolutely, like you. And I don't mean this in a bad way. Like you lost 10 pounds just like that.
Yes.
So with this particular haircut, I mean, it's standard haircut. It's a lot of people would look at it and be like, this is normally what we would do. However, how high I took up the fade brought more narrow into the face. So had I left the fade a little bit lower, it would have widened out your face. And what I'm trying to do is elongate the face
so interesting.
as well, so that you can wear the hair to either side, this way or this way. And also, if you wore it back and pumped it a bit, it would also give you that extra lean out the face a little bit more and height.
You look amazing. Like, and what's so interesting is, so he took your beard up and then shaved it down and shaped it more, but it actually looks fuller. And you look, well, you are young, but you look so youthful. You look so thin, and your face has got a beautiful shape to it. Oh, I think you look amazing. I can't wait to get some product in here. Products always add the finishing touches to a great cut. Now it was time for the surprise for James. With help from his husband, I went through his closet to find pieces that we could repurpose, and I went shopping to find items to create a new look. With some coaching from me, Will was able to get James' tie just right. Okay, so he's all dressed. He looks great. Okay, come on out. Let's see the look.
Yay.
Doesn't he look great?
Looks awesome.
So, I'll explain to you, Will, what I did. So the coat and the shirt are James, and I just went shopping and I added this tie. Now, a lot of people are scared about mixing patterns, but that's a great thing to do. You have to be careful. Like, if this tie had been too busy, it would have clashed, but it adds a little extra detail. I love the pocket square I got for him because it pulls out the colors from the shirt. Added accessory on the lapel. As you know, I love my accessories. Got him some great socks. Look at those, aren't those fun?
Awesome.
Now, what I did with the shoes was I bought several different colors of laces from the shirt, and it just really brightens up the shoe, adds great interest, and of course, a little wrist bling is always a good thing to do. Now, I want to teach you a little DIY. So, these are two of your ties, and they're out of style just because of the width. But I particularly love this one, which is called Paris in the Rain. Now, what we're gonna do is we are gonna turn them into pocket squares. Now, most pockets in a blazer is about 5.5 or 6 inches. Yes, perfect, 5.5. So what you'll do is from this part of the tie, where it's straight across, you will measure 5.5 inches up. And again, it doesn't have to be super precise. Then get yourself a pair of fabric scissors, because you don't want to hack the crap out of it. Tuck that in, and you have a perfectly folded pocket square.
Awesome.
Will did the final touches to James' look, and we settled on the Paris in the Rain tie to pocket square conversion. Between Will's grooming and my zhuzhing, James looks great. I think you look fantastic. Doesn't he look great?
Looks amazing.
And I love the repurposing of the tie.
Love it.
Isn't that a great idea?
Amazing idea.
Okay, so there's only one thing we have left to do. Oh, Jim! You're gonna love Jim. He is so fun. He's such a fun, dynamic guy. Hey, Jim! Are we hugging this time? We're still not hugging. One of these times we're gonna hug. Not yet though, because Jim's got a lot of loving energy and I just wanna cradle the guy. I just love him so much. Jim, doesn't he look fantastic? See? Oh, and a thumbs up from Jim. That means a lot. Should we do some photos? Let's do some photos.
That's it.
Cue the music. Well, that was great. You look fantastic. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Okay, so I think you need to go out and go for dinner and show off this look. I need to head to the club for a cocktail. What a fabulista day. Thanks to Will at Chrome for helping me to create James's new look. I'm sure it will create quite a buzz in his vlog. It's so satisfying when things come together. Amen. We had a lovely time today, made some special friends, but everything that's fabulous must come to an end. We learned some things and had some laughs, and now it's time to go. But I'll be back for another Fabulista show.